In this video, I'll be analyzing the 2016 XXXTentacion interrogation that recently surfaced on the internet. Let's go. Why was X being interrogated? It all stems from an altercation he had with his former manager, Tablez. On Ask Me Anything on Reddit, Tablez himself posted 4 years ago the situation outlined exactly, and here it is. It's a long story, but I'll try to simplify and make it easy to understand. He knocked on my door. When I opened it, 6 people rushed in. X and I got into a verbal altercation over the money. I was mad too because I didn't do what I was being accused of. I offered to show X my computer so he could see all the numbers. He didn't want to hear it. He grabbed a knife in my kitchen, said, "What if I stabbed you? Would you still be stealing my money?" He was stabbing the air in front of me, backing me down the hallway, and eventually I walked into my room door and he stabbed me in the lower abdomen right next to my left hip. I had to get a major reconstructive surgery on all my organs shifted out of place, so they cut open my entire stomach. The doctor told me a centimeter up left or right I would have bled out before I made it to the hospital. Damn, that's gruesome. So you may be wondering, why was X all up in Tablez' face? Well, as detailed in the interrogation, X was trying to get money for monetized playbacks of his music that he felt that Tablez owed him. Now I'll leave the rest up to the interrogation. You will see X's side of the story throughout the interrogation. This should give you an overall outlook into what exactly did happen that day. So let's go. Interrogations usually begin with the back and forth between the suspect and the policeman, just to get the suspect in a state of talking and a state of overall obedience with the policeman. What I'm just trying to say is that the cop is trying to get a back and forth starting between the suspect, the person who is being accused of doing said crime.
Jahseh? Jahseh. Where's that from? Jamaica. Jamaica? Where you born there?
X says that he's Jamaican. We've known this. We know that X is Jamaican, as his father, Dwayne, currently does live also in Jamaica. X also verifies that he is a Miami Dolphins fan, or Ricky Williams fan per se.
You're Miami fan? Dolphins? Miami Dolphins? Yeah, I used to be when they had, you're talking about the running back? Yeah, he was running back. Is it Ricky something? Yeah, my dad used to love him. Yeah? He was good, man. He was good.
We know this from these photos right here. Yes, these are older photos, but it's interesting to see that X is into the Miami Dolphins.
Basketball, I like the Rockets. I like the Rockets just because why? James Harden's hard.
He also likes James Harden and the Rockets. This was the time when James Harden played on the Rockets, was playing exceptionally well, having 60+ win seasons. And he says he's been rapping since 15, and he never pursued it as a career until he was 16 or 17.
How long you been rapping? 15. Sweet. I didn't really pursue it as a career until I was like 16, 17. Yeah.
X was 18 at the time of this crime, and it's interesting to see the way that X talks about himself to a policeman and to an authority about his music. Now, the policeman does mention that there are robbery and battery charges, which X does not take the best in this situation. I totally understand. You're being accused of something that at that point you may not have done. And X tries to understand if he chooses to answer, will he be good to go out of jail and back into society?
If I answer your questions correctly, am I good? I don't understand your question. No, I'm saying, bro, if I answer whatever you ask me. Well, here's the thing. If you want your attorney present, that's fine. That's 100% within your rights. But at that point, because we're not going to go wait for an attorney to show up and stuff like that, at that point, you just kind of go to the jail. And then if you want to come talk to us after with your attorney, that's on you.
He wants to know the answer to that, and he's having a hard time understanding this. There's a 4 or 5 minute dialogue of them going back and forth, and X trying to understand if he will be let out of jail if he cooperates with the authorities, or if cooperation will assist him in any way.
I used to live up here with my manager, Tablez. Oh, okay. What's your manager's name? Tablez.
X mentions that his manager is Tablez, the victim in this situation. But up to this point in the video, X has no clue that the cops do know that Tablez was stabbed in this altercation. X will provide a fabricated story throughout the beginning of this interrogation, and he will try to run with this fabricated story, but at a certain point it will all catch up to him. This situation occurred in Orlando, as he was there for a few days accordingly.
Yeah, hang out. Fucking hate this. What's up? I already know what the fuck this is. I'm gonna sue the fuck.
X brings up that he hates this situation. His attitude here is quite alarming. Yes, if a suspect did not do something, they may act in the same response. But to us, we know that X actually did do this, as outlined in some police reports that I'll go over after, as well as X also admitting to doing this later on. But this attitude right here shocks as alarming, as I'm sure the authority know exactly his role in this crime due to the way that he's acting.
He owed you some money over iTunes? Yes. How much? Like over $1,000. Over $1,000. He has been robbing me and my friend out of our money. Like, I didn't know it was going to get this serious. Yeah. He got me arrested saying I robbed him. Yeah.
The way that X tells the story is that Tablez owed him $1,000.
With the monetization, you know what monetization is?
You talking about iTunes?
Yeah, you can monetize through, but this thing is deeper than that. So you can monetize through SoundCloud, like Spotify, like anything. Like these things, like I made this hit, it had like 2 million. Like, bro,
He breaks down how to make money over music sales. That he has 2 million streams on one of his songs, and there's monetization issues to get the money. And he's been trying to get the money back from Tablez, and he's been struggling to do so.
Basically, me and Tablez had fallen out. Like we stopped talking, and like we just, I didn't fuck with him. Like I said, bro, don't come around me or we'll fight. You get me? So then, like,
X continues to mention that he does not like Tablez, and he was just trying to get his money back.
Like, basically, my best friend linked with him, so all of that, my best friend at the time, like, so stayed with Tablez, and, like, me and him were arguing, well, me and him were talking with each other because he was staying there, right? Like I said, I don't fuck with Tablez, like, I like him, but he was staying with Tablez, and I had already moved out, and then, he hits me up, like, one day, he was like, yo, Tablez stole my money, bro. Like, I went over there to add Tablez, I was like, bro, what's up, like, to a fight, and we were like, fist fight, and then he was like, no, bro, he was like, because I convinced him as he is. But he said, no, bro. He was like, bro, it's just he being crazy. He's been doing drugs. He's been doing coke and shit. I told him to go to the store to go get my money, to bring it to me, and he only comes back with chips. He was like, bro, where's my $300, bro? So then he talks to me like, yo, I'm going to clear it. Like, I'm going to leave.
He mentions that Ski was staying with Tablez. Tablez stole money. The X went over to fist fight, but then he never mentions the altercation in any standpoint.
Okay. Something that we stole from him? Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. He owed you money, right?
Yes.
So the laptop was that y'all trying to get it?
I don't know. Check my bag, man. Like, I have $1,000 left, bro. I get, like, if you check my bank account, I make my own.
No.
X then accuses the officer of saying that he stole from Tablez. The officer said he owed him money, so he stole the laptop. And then X says that he does not have the laptop and to openly check his belongings to see that he does not have that laptop. A great silence does approach after this, as the officer tries to see which way he should approach the situation. It is then revealed that the cop knows the full situation at hand, and X's response says it all.
Tablez ended up in a hospital, right? And all we got right now is that you went in there and that you grabbed his knife and that with
I got some.
just listen to me with just relax, man, with no regard or anything, you just started stabbing him.
What the fuck? How?
That's all I got right now, man. All I got is that
The cop brings up that Tablez is in the hospital, that X went in there, grabbed a knife, and stabbed Tablez, and that they know this, and they want X to admit to this. The cop knows the full story.
If
Bro, I got arrested for this shit, bro. I got arrested for this shit, bro.
that's why you gotta do
I
that.
robbed him. Not that, they said I robbed him.
X gets frustrated, says if I get arrested for this, and then he says that he did rob Tablez, but he didn't stab him. So now he admits to something that he previously was deflecting from. In the next situation of the interrogation, X tries to deflect the situation and bring it on to showing that Tablez was a bad person and that this crime was deserving of.
Here's how it went. He used to work for a company named NT Music.
Okay.
NT Music, right? He contacted me, reached out to me to make me his artist.
Mm-hmm.
So, alright, this is all over a bitch, bro. Like, you can ask her firsthand, bro. It's all over a bitch, okay? So, literally,
X begins with explaining how he met Tablez through indie music, where Tablez worked, and that this situation was all over a girl.
I used to live with him.
Okay.
He had a very bad drug addiction. Very bad drug addiction. And like I said, he had a very bad drug addiction, so, and he used to stay by himself. He used to stay by himself, and then there's this girl named Danielle, and you can ask her, I can probably show you where she lives if I can remember. There was a girl named Danielle that used to come here, and she goes to, she wants to wholesale with him.
Okay.
So basically, bro, I stayed with him, there was a girl named Danielle that goes to wholesale with him. I fucked her, and come to find out, he was in love with her. I fucked her on his bed.
Okay.
And then continuously, like, would bring, like, I brought, like, females there. Meanwhile, like, while she likes me, right? So I wasn't aware that he, quote-unquote, was in love with her, and that he got rejected by her. And then, like, here's where I started to notice, like, a twist in him.
He said this girl's name was Danielle. She goes to Full Sail, the same school that Tablez goes to, and that he got with that girl. When Tablez found out that X got with Danielle, Tablez started acting differently, and he started acting a little bit more weird around him.
After these situations happened, he told the same girl, like, you can ask her, like I said, he told her, you can ask her. He told her, like, yo, X doesn't care about you. He's been fucking girls behind your back, you know? And he tells her that, hey, he's fucking this girl behind your back, and like, he's not good for you, he doesn't care about you. I find out because the girl that I thought that what she was in love with came back to me and like had an argument with me. So I go to him and I find out, and then we were just like, I initially was gonna fight him because that's how person I am. I'm a fighter. I like to fight people.
Tablez started lying to Danielle about the situation, saying that X is with other girls, and he was with other girls in that situation. Tablez started going out of his way to provide Danielle with these facts.
So we had an event, and it was awesome in Dallas. This was after I did the shit with the girl. I go down there, and I was like, bro, are you gonna have me go on the hotel? Are you gonna take care of you? You're gonna make sure I'm good because I'm an artist, you know? Yeah, bro, I got you. So I get down there, and I had an altercation with my previous friends. So they didn't want me to stay with them, or they didn't want me to stay at the hotel. So obviously the first person I'm gonna hit up is my manager.
Right.
So he doesn't answer my calls. And I'm in Texas, bro. I'm from Broward, bro. I'm in Texas, bro.
He mentions there was a show in Texas, and after he was with this girl, Tablez wouldn't get him a hotel, and Tablez wouldn't pick up the phone for him. That Tablez, quote unquote, started acting a little bit different. X then says that what happened to Tablez he had coming.
What happened to him? He had that shit coming, bro. Fuck that nigga, bro. Like, real, like, there was a point where I wanted to jump for myself.
This strikes me as so odd. To say this in an interrogation room for somebody that you are accused of stabbing, to say that they had it coming, that kind of points the pointer at you, in some sense. One interesting fact here is that X mentions that he did perform with Joey Badass in this clip right here.
You ever heard of Joey Badass?
Nah.
It's like a New York rapper. I performed that headlining show with him, and then...
But all in all, X tries to prove that he's innocent by putting the blame on Tablez. That's showing that Tablez is weird. That would somehow show that X is innocent.
I saw that nigga get weird.
Yeah.
And when I say weird, like, I mean to get weird. Like, the obsession with that girl, like... And here's where it's gonna all link. Here's where I'm gonna link it, and you're gonna understand, but... If I can prove my innocence, bro, I'll take you to the house. Please, at least give me that chance, bro. Because I have to prove that I'm innocent, bro. I'll take you to the house and show you and have you speak to her and approve of the fact that, nigga, that nigga's weird.
The authority in this situation does not see that. They're letting X just talk and walk himself into a hole to capture him in that. Smart by the authority. X should have been a little bit more careful in this situation and choose to have an attorney present before speaking, but it's been done.
How did he end up in the hospital?
I don't know.
Well, listen. You told me earlier that you just went there one time.
Yeah,
today, right?
Yeah. Initially, they checked terms. I did. I'm approving of that. I went the first time, and I asked him.
Now it keeps bringing up that how did he end up in the hospital? How did Tablez end up in the hospital? Where X said that he only saw Tablez once.
At that time, I was telling you to check them. I've been fucked over in this situation before, bro. I have no reason to lie, bro.
He was in the hospital for 5 days.
Okay, fine. Fuck that nigga, bro. I'm telling you, that nigga's crazy, bro. That nigga's literally crazy. Why the fuck? Bro, if I did anything to anybody, why would I talk to y'all?
And he keeps deflecting and saying that Tablez is crazy, and that's the reason he's in the hospital. The cop has enough of X talking, and he has enough of the stories if he's not going to give an answer. The cop just wants to figure out what happened that day and avoid all of this conversation about different situations that are not integrated with the crime scene. Yes, they may have affected X's motivations in that crime scene, but they do not have an overall correlation to what happened on that day. X is not talking about the stabbing in any sense.
Like, I don't know what happened, bro, to him, bro. And then, like I said, I'm happy. I'm glad it happened to him because fuck him.
And here X says again that he is happy with what happened to Tablez. And that is so weird to say for a suspect in a crime scene. To say that you are happy for what happened to someone. That sheds an overall light into your behavior and shows who you are as a person to the authority measures in that standpoint. The authority will look at him with a twisted eye as well. And the cop says that Tablez picked X out very quickly with no hesitation and said that X was the one that stabbed him, gave an accurate representation information and pointed it very clearly. What do I mean by this? What I mean is that looking at the police report that I've attached on the screen right now, John Turner, otherwise known as Tablez, described Jahseh Onfroy as a black male, 18 years old from Broward County with half blonde, half black short hair, 5'6", 150 pounds to 160 pounds, short, stocky build, cracked heart tattoo under his left eye, a lone tattoo under his right eye, elephant tattoo on his neck. Giving a description like this, yes, it may just be fabricated in some sense, but this pinpoints exactly who the suspect is in that case. I'd also like to point out one more thing from the police report now that we're looking at the police report. Danielle, the girl that I mentioned before, she is also in the police report here, stating she is one of the witnesses, one of the people that saw this happen. Danielle Rogers, who stated she was sleeping when her roommate knocked on her door, said that Tablez had been stabbed. We need to give him to the hospital. So Danielle also witnessed this. Danielle and Tablez may have been close in this situation, as she gave him the ride to the hospital. And that's just one more thing I'd like to point out, that Danielle was also integrated into this case. But let's get right back into the interrogation.
Talk about when he got stabbed. Alright.
I wasn't there. He pumped up.
If you keep going with this story, you're gonna end up getting charged with that, man. You're gonna end up getting
What
charged
the
with
fuck you don't want me to say, bro? I'm telling you the truth. I would not admit to this shit, bro.
X gets heated at the detective, stating he wasn't there. It gets extremely heated and it's very hard to make out what is being said, but you can see the energy shift in the room. It is very vibrant now and it is very present. So like any good cop, the cops leave the room and let the suspect calm down for a minute. Here's the overall clip of X just calming down. Not much is happening. He's just swaying his head around and trying to move in some type of way to keep himself distracted. When the cops come back, X has changed his mind and now he wants a lawyer present.
If this is gonna go nowhere but down, and there's no way for me to not incriminate myself, I want a lawyer. Fuck this. Do you want a lawyer now? At this point? If this is going nowhere, then fuck yeah, bro.
He should have chosen this to begin with, as he walked himself into a hole, but now he is making the smart decision to get himself out of this situation. So what happened after the interrogation? Well, what we do know is that Tablez ended up dropping the charges. Why would he do this? Well, X DM'd him stating, "Thank you for dropping the charges. As messed up as the situation is, I'm forever in your debt." Tablez replies with, "I don't even know what to say. It was just a really messed up situation that could have been avoided. I dropped the charges because at the end of the day, you're a brother to me and I got a lot of love for you. You didn't deserve to rot in jail and lose everything you've built over one bad decision, even if that means sacrificing my health and well-being for you." It's also been noted that Tablez was asked if X was genuinely changing in life to become a better person after the situation, where Tablez responded with, "Yes, deep down we all are." Unfortunately, Tablez died of an overdose in 2022. My condolences are forever with him. He's greatly helped X in his musical career by letting him get out of jail after the situation occurred. And that takes a different type of heart to be able to forgive someone for such a crime and for such a thing that was done onto you, even a close friend like X and Tablez were. But not only did X stab Tablez, he also tasered his producer Prez in this video right here. And if you're interested into the full story surrounding such, I highly recommend for you to click on this video right here, as I break down such in a recent Reddit interview by Prez.